Hi everyone, it's Sue. I'm back again today with another episode of using up your 12-inch papers. So we're up to number 9. Okay, so this is what we're doing today. I've got my cuppa here. I'm exhausted, sorry. I've been helping my son clean his rental house. He has moved back home with us, and we went and did a good few hours. It's such a big job, such a big job. I just wish that they would just pay for a bond cleaner, to be honest. But anyway, because it's so hot here as well, it doesn't help. Anyway, I've had my little whinge, so I might just have a sip of this on and off during the video just to keep my energy up. So these are what we're making today. So I just wanted to show you, this is all that I had left of the 12-inch paper, is the branding strip. Everything else was used, and I have added a couple of labels. So this is another one which is really good for no waste. So I won't be using this today, but I won't throw it out. I will pop it in my stash and possibly use it on something else. So I'll just quickly show you these. These are really easy, and I'm sure something like this has been done before. So we've just got a little fold out. So I've put some coffee dye paper there that I've stitched around for journaling spots. So this is the front, and then this is the inside. So you could, decorate this more as well if you wanted to, and obviously I would decorate the tags, but because I don't know what journal it's going into at this point, I have just popped naked tags in there just to give you an idea of what it's all about. And then I've just put some seam binding on the back, and then it just gets tied up in a bow, which I'm not going to do just at the moment. So I've sewn around this same thing. You don't have to sew. I like the sewing, that's why I've done that. So that's one piece, and then we've got another one which is very similar. So that's the front, and I've done it very similar again. Now my thought is to glue on 3 sides and then have that as a top loading pocket as well. So I just had a couple of pieces of seam binding left. That's why that looks like that, because I am going to actually stick that down to a page in a journal. I wasn't concerned about that. If you're going to have it just floating in your journal, you might want to just have one endless piece of ribbon or seam binding. So this is the front cover. Once again, this opens up with some journaling spots there, and then this is the inside. And same thing, I haven't decorated these again because I don't know what journal I'm going to be putting them into. So this is a great way to use some of your double-sided papers so that you actually get to enjoy both sides. It would work equally as well with one-sided papers. This would just be white. So if you're not afraid of the starkness, you can use your single-sided papers. All right, so we might get started. You just need to grab a 12-inch sheet, and I did have a 12-inch sheet. What have I done with it now? Oh, here it is. I'm going to work with some Tim Holtz paper today. I don't mind my little bird's nests. I've been doing some bits and pieces for Happy Mail as well. So I'm going to work with this Tim Holtz paper today. I've got that one on the back. This is from Memorandum. This is in my website. I don't know whether it'll still be available by the time I put this video up, but I will try and endeavour to put the link down below if anyone's interested in that. I do have other Tim Holtz papers as well. Sorry, just having a sip of my coffee. Okay, so what you want to do is, with it, if it's directional paper, tip it to the side, and you're going to cut it in half. So cut it into 2 6 by 12-inch strips. Okay, and you'll end up, so basically that's your page. You'll end up with that. So with the double-sided paper, I'm just going to work out what I want. So whichever way you go with this one, this is going to be upside down. So I think I'm going to use this. I'm just having a think here. hard, isn't it? Because they're both really nice. So what we might do is I'll do this one first. So this little one here, and all it is folding one of these 6-inch pieces. I don't know what I want to do. I think I'll go this way. So you just want to fold it. Actually, let me just redo that. You're probably better off actually scoring it so you get a nice scored edge. So you're going to score it in 3 inches, which is half, obviously. Hopefully, I just hope that this is a true 12-inch sheet of paper, which it doesn't look like it is. Anyway, we'll do 3 inches. So you want to measure 3 inches and score that. And then if you open up your score board, and we're going to score, just making sure. Can you tell I'm tired? I'm really questioning everything I'm doing here. So we're going to score in 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. Okay, so that'll give you your 4 pockets. So first of all, we scored on the longest edge in 3 inches and then tipped it, and then we did 3, 6, 9. Okay, what I'm going to do now with the other piece as well, while we're at it, I'm going to score in, can't even remember what I did now. I'm going to score up 2 inches. Okay, from the bottom we're going to score 2 inches, and that will form your pocket. And we may as well do, sorry, oh, this is just a total mess. So we may as well do this as well. So we'll score 3, 6, and 9. Okay, so on your first piece, score up 3 inches and then do 3, 6, and 9. And on your second piece, score up from the bottom 2 inches and then score 3, 6, and 9. Okay. So we'll start on this one. And I just need to work out. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this up. So as you can see, one part of it's going to be upside down, but I'm going to be putting this in my journal on a page and glue it down. So, and this is some glue from where you tear the page out of the pad. And I think that's gonna, if I try and get that off too much, I think it might tear the paper. Let's have a look here. So we'll just ink that. So basically this is what you've got. Okay, and then we're going to just fold these. Now this is pretty forgiving, and you may need to just trim some bits off here and there, but that's okay. All right, so if you score them, so this is the piece that I'm going to glue to my page. This is the back piece, so you want to fold it like this, like that. Okay, so that when it's in your journal, it will fold out like that. Okay, so then what I did was I just went through with a circle punch and just eyeballed it basically, and just punched out some little divots in each pocket. Okay. And it's not perfect, and I'm not about it being perfect, so I would ink this now if I can find my ink. And okay, here's my thingy. Okay, just need another sit, excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to ink this just so that these little divots sort of stand out a little bit more. And then I'll ink this back bit here as well. So just really roughly. I'm not going to see half of that anyway. So just be a little bit more careful with how I ink, I guess, this part. So I've just inked over that glue that's on there that I couldn't get off. And then I'm just going to do the sides as well. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of an idea. What I'm also going to do is just ink these creases. So it just grunges them up a little bit. And this one as well. If you don't like inking, that's fine. You don't have to do that. Okay. And that's basically it. So what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do is just, you can sew between each crease there if you want to. Will I do that? No, I'm not going to. I didn't on here, but also all I did was just so that they aren't flopping around into the other pocket. I did just put a little bead of glue on the top here on each, on each crease, just so that that sort of just stays shut, so that the tags that you put in each pocket aren't going to go, you know, moving around and falling into the pocket next to it. Does that make sense? So I've just glued that, so you can see that that's just glued them shut. Well, once the glue has actually adhered. And then all I did then was just sewed on 3 sides there. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Okay, so I've sewn around that. I had just neutral thread in my machine because I've been sewing some fabric ruffles, but that's okay. It's fine. Went a bit wobbly here and a bit wobbly there. That's my day today. So that's basically what you have. So we'll decorate something on the front here and put some little bits of coffee dyed paper. I think I have some here that I've got left over. Let me have a look. I've got a thing here with all bits and pieces in it. Oh, what have I done with it? Nope. Not sure. Just excuse my head for a minute. Okay, so these might not fit. Let me have a look. So they're all a little bit too big. Wondering, I might just tear some coffee dyed paper and put that in there and not sew around it, just so that you can see what that looks like. So I'm just going to use this piece and I'll get my tear ruler. So I'm just going to tear the edge here. Sorry guys, I'm all over the shop today. Going to tear this a little bit smaller. Now everything's falling everywhere. I'm just lining that up where the folded edge is and bringing it in a little bit. Okay. And then I'll just tear this edge. line this up. Okay, so that'll just stick on there, and then the same again here. Okay, so I would probably normally sew around those, but I'm not going to worry about it now. I just wanted to do it so that you can see what that looks like. You could decorate each piece here if you didn't want to, but I just figure it's a good chance to have some more hidden journaling in your journal. I mean, you can use the lighter side as well if you like. I'm going to make it quite dark. Okay, so I'm going to glue those on. And see, then it hides the writing that's upside down there as well. So this was my first week that I started 2 days a week, and nothing has gone to plan. We've had a little bit of tragic news in the family, unfortunately, so we had to do a trip down to Brisbane unexpectedly, and yeah, it's a little bit too hard to talk about at the moment, but so that's sort of thrown a spanner in the works. And then that was a couple of days, and then we've been over at Maddie's house today cleaning and moving some more of his property out, so that's sort of taken up a bit of time as well. So I haven't really achieved what I've wanted to achieve this week, but anyway, there is always next week, because I'm back to work again tomorrow for a couple of days. So I must admit, though, I am looking forward to going back to work, which sounds really odd because I get on really well with my work colleagues, and I miss them. One in particular, I will only be working with her 1 day a week now. So yeah, I actually miss seeing them and spending time with them. So I'm just going to grab some seam binding so that we can put some seam binding on here. Not sure which colour. I'll grab my cheesecloth while I was there as well. Might use that actually, that's quite pretty. So I just sort of approximate, let's say 40 centimeters. Let's see if that's going to be enough. So 40 centimeter length, and what I'm going to do is just glue a little bit of glue through the center here. Find the center of my seam binding and approximately put it down like that. Okay, so you might want to go back through and glue that down once you've finished everything, because if you're going to use it as a top loading pocket, you know, gluing on the 3 sides, it'll get caught on that ribbon. So you might want to just go back through and just make sure you stick that down properly. Okay, so that's that, and we put a little bit of decoration on there. What will I do? I might just do, got these some of these stamps that I've been using, stamping on some scrap paper, scrap card actually, and they are stamps from Kerry at Which Craft Do You Do. So I've just I ordered them, got them weeks ago, and I've only just had a chance to use them. So I might, since they're new, why not, let's use one of those. Okay, I'm just going to choose one and be done with it. So it's very simple. You can decorate it as much as you like. As I said, these videos I weren't going to be doing any decorations because I don't know what theme journal or what color journal, that sort of thing, they're going into. but this is fairly basic, so we can just do that. And I'm just going to tear off or cut off a bit of cheesecloth. This is just coffee dyed cheesecloth. This is also available in my website if you're interested. I'll put that link down as well if I can find the end. I just cut it really roughly, and I always cut bigger than what I need, and I'm just going to glue that down like that, and then I'm going to glue my number down as well. Yeah, so we haven't had a very good week. Feeling very flat at the moment, but you know, I'm thankful that I can get into my craft room and have a little bit of my own time and reflect on everything and that sort of thing. So things will get better. I'm just trying to find. God, guys, I've got such a mess. It's ridiculous. So same thing, I'm just going to put these naked tags in here just so that you can get an idea. I've got no glasses on, so I can't see what I'm doing. Oh my goodness, I am a mess, aren't I? On a good note, I will get to catch up with my friends tomorrow, and also I'm finishing earlier on, a couple of hours earlier on Friday, because my son Maddie is taking me to Brisbane on a date. We're going to go and see Russell Howard, the comedian. So we'll probably have some dinner out. We were going to go and stay with my eldest son, but I think by the time we finish, I think I just want to get home and to my own bed. Getting old, aren't I? So that's that. And what I would also do then is I'd just, you know, fluff this what do you call that, cheesecloth up a bit, just so that it's not got a straight edge. And that's your first little pocket. I mean, how easy and quick, if you didn't fumble like me, is that? So that's your first one. Just try and tie this into a half decent bow. Okay, and then just snip. How cute is that? Okay, and as I said, glue on 3 sides, pop it in your journal, and you've got a top loading pocket. Like that. Okay, so that's our first one. So easy. And as I said, no waste. And with this one, for using the Tim Holtz paper, they've got no branding strip on there because I've got it straight out of a pad. So there is absolutely no waste on this one, except for the little divots. See, I can't tie a bow. The first one was nice, but anyway, you get the idea. So that's that one. So that's the same as that one. And your next one is just as easy, and we're just going to fold. So remember, we scored 2 inches from the bottom, and then 3, 6 and 9. So we want to fold, same thing with this. So I'm going to have this as my outside again so that we can see some of this. So you're just going to fold that up. Okay, and then what I'd probably do is just fold these so you get the crease. And the same with this one. And ink. I would ink around that as well. I'm just trying to think. Okay, so we're just going to ink around that. Once again, if you don't want to ink, that's fine. Nothing's safe with me. If it sits still for too long, it gets inked or it gets sewn. And I'm going to put some on this edge just so that it defines it from the back paper. I'll do this as well. Okay, so you can see that just makes it a little bit more obvious. So same thing. So this is going to be glued to my page. So we want to fold it like that and then fold it like that. So that is our front cover as such. Once again, you can sew down here. I am just going to place a little bit of glue so that the tags or whatever it is that you put in the pockets don't go falling into the pocket beside it. Okay. And these I will decorate, you know, something fairly nice and simple on here. I'll just have a, while that's adhering, have a sip of my coffee. And now what I'm going to do is, because I like sewing, I'm going to sew all the way around 4 sides. You can just glue. You don't have to sew it all. So I'm just going to quickly sew that. So I've sewn that. Just going to trim that a bit. And that's basically your flip out pocket. So same thing, we're going to do a little bit of seam binding. So we'll do approximately 40 centimeters. And same thing, we'll just do a little bit of glue. I might do it a little bit wider this time, just so that it sticks. I'll just find the center of my seam binding and find the center of your page that you're sticking it to. And there you have another closure. And then we'll put something on here. I might do another butterfly. Let me have a look what we've got here. What have we got? What have we got? What about that? I quite like that. I'm going to put a bit of ink around that. A bit of cheesecloth. Easy as. Just going to really roughly cut the cheesecloth. And pop that. Might do it this way. Actually, I'll undo the bow. Makes sense, doesn't it? So I'm just going to glue approximately where the butterfly will sit anyway, but just to adhere that cheesecloth piece. And don't worry if that's too big, because I'm going to, once that's dry, I'm going to fluff it all up and pull all the threads anyway. So that's that. Now the same thing here, we could put some torn coffee dye paper for more journaling. I'm going to leave this one blank because I think I might try and either sew these pieces or I might decorate. I'm not really sure. So see how the sewn piece looks on there? It looks nice, doesn't it? I won't bore you with that, but you get the idea. So you can leave that and decorate each piece, or you could even put a little pocket here and have another pocket for some pieces to go in. It would start getting a little bit thick though, that's the only thing. If you're worried about the thickness of your journals, I don't worry about that because mine are always stuffed to the brim anyway. So I'm just holding the piece that I've glued down because it's not dry properly yet, and I don't want it to, all the cheesecloth to pull from underneath. So I've just made that really rough. You can see there. And I'll just pop a couple of tags in there. So these would be really easy if you cut some of your 12-inch papers in half. You could even take your scoreboard if you wanted to have a, you know, watch something on telly, something that you could be doing at night while you're watching telly. You could score them all up, fold them, glue them, and then either leave them just glued, or even if they're glued, once they're dry, you could sew them. So there's a lot of prep work already done. So I'd probably put some bigger tags in these, but just so you have a bit of an idea of what I'm on about, that's what that looks like. I'll tie this up. Okay, so you get the idea. Once again, I can't tie a decent bow. So that would be glued 1, 2, 3, and then you would have a, so that would be a top loading pocket, and then this would just fold out in your journal. Okay, so that's the sample that I did to make sure that it was going to work out okay. We're really happy with these. I love them. I think I'll be going and doing a few more after this video as well. So that's a sample that I did. That's the one we've done today. Really quick, really quick. And as I said, you can decorate it however you like. I love how this little one here, the little tags poke out the top. So I would fill the tags. I'd put seam binding or twine or something in the top of the little tags as well, so they would all stick out the top as well. Okay, so that's what we've done today, and they look different with different papers and different color seam binding. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that one. I love them. I think they're cute. I'm going to go and make some more, I think, or at least prep some so that I think I'll have a bit of downtime tonight before I go back to work tomorrow. I might even just score some and glue some ready to be sewn and decorated in the coming days. So, and as I said, with this one here, this was the branding strip from this piece of paper, so that's all I had left. And this one, there was absolutely no waste at all. So I think that they turned out really well. So all right, I'm going to leave it with you. Hopefully I'll be a bit more upbeat next time. So I hope you guys are all really doing well and keeping safe. And I will see you with what would we just do? 9. I'll see you with episode number 10. Thanks guys for supporting me. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.